Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's.
Hello.
A little more sensitive. This is what my voice is like. Hi, I'm Guy, and I have a penis.
You're gonna plan your nap? I just kind of
fuck that. Actually, I'm not gonna sleep.
I do the spontaneous
I'm just gonna
nap.
go to the gym, huh?
I just do the Yeah, if you nap, you're not going to the gym.
That's what I'm saying. Who here has ever had a delayed hangover? Show of hands.
Yeah, that might be me.
Yeah. You know what sucks so much about a delayed hangover, Jack?
What's that, Gaetano?
Is that you don't think you have a hangover. And then, not only does it feel like a train has rammed you in your skull, but it feels like you were thrown onto the Yukon Striker at Wonderland, and your skull was smashed into 26 pieces. For the 26 pain points that I have in my brain right now. Welcome everyone back to another episode of the Podcast Project. I'm your host, Guy.
I'm your host, Jack.
Master has given Dobby a cock. Dobby is slut.
This is another episode. I will admit, a little bit hungover.
I'm about to say, it looks like you've been through it.
I have the bags under my eyes. I am looking like a fresh raccoon out of the woods, and we had a long night last night.
Very zombie-esque Night of the Living Dead. Not that much. You look like you're still alive, but just barely hanging on.
I'd say hanging on by a thread. I'm exhausted. I had about 4 hours of sleep. So if I sound bad in this episode, that's why. I'm going to take a coffee now and hope that I can wake up a bit. So give me 1 second. Jack, while I'm taking a sip, let's do a check-in. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm a little stressed. I got to cram an essay in the next few days. Spend some time at my cottage, which is why I feel so good. You know, it's nice to get away, nice to relax, but just got home, kicking off another episode. Couldn't spend my, it's actually Saturday we're recording on, not on a Friday, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's weird.
Couldn't spend my Saturday doing anything else, doing anything better. How about you, Gaetano?
Well, my brain feels like I've been put into a trough at a pigsty.
Oatmeal.
What?
Brain feels like oatmeal?
No, porridge. Just definitely porridge. I'm very tired, and I'm not in the best head or frame of mind right now, but I actually have been so excited to do the next episode.
Oh, dude, me too.
For today, so that's why I was like, no, I'm pushing through it, and we're giving the people what they fucking want, and that is hungover Guy.
And they want to know what the fuck happened that caused this. Okay. Let's jump in on that. A little story time.
We'll start from the beginning. It was Friday afternoon. I just got off of work. I decided, I feel like I should push my body even further and go to the gym. I then proceeded to go to the gym for an hour and a half. It was arm day. Ouch. That's all I'm going to say.
Ouch.
I then went home and had to frantically panic because my friends and I were going to a surprise party for our dear friend Jenny. Happy belated birthday, Jenny. And sorry, wow, my throat. And so we went from, the original plan was we were going to start at 9:00. Like that was when we were going to all meet up and shit. It got delayed all the way back to 9:30. And so we were like shitting ourselves thinking if we're going to get there on time, this and that. I had to run to the LCBO. I had to go do a few more things. I had to grab my clothes. I had to shower. I had to do a bunch of shit. And this is all, first of all, let me pause, belly breathe. Take a deep breath.
In and out, nice and slow.
Oh, I'm getting like fucking chills right now. Okay. But I did all that, and then we finally go to the party, and we surprised Jenny, had some drinks. I definitely went over my limit, and this is what happens, children and people that are listening. Please do not go crazy with alcohol because it fucks you up. This is the only I've drank so many times in the past, right? But this is only the second time I've ever had a hangover. The second time, right? I have my father's genes in the sense of, you know, other than the spectacular pants he gave me as hand-me-downs, I don't get hangovers like ever.
Iron gut.
But after last night, it definitely hit me this morning, especially because I realized when I woke up today that until about an hour and a half before we recorded this, I finally ate something. Probably the first thing I ate in about 12 to 14 hours. So I was also on an empty stomach when I was drinking. And kids, if you know, you know.
That's what did it to you.
That was the padlock. That's
like the most critical mistake you can make.
It was bad. Yeah.
Before a long night of drinking, you gotta have a full stomach, or it is gonna fucking hit you like a truck, and the next morning you're going to be dying. It also depends on what you drank as well.
It felt like someone threw a fishing line into my brain, went, I got one, started yanking the fucking throttle or whatever to reel up the fish, and instead it was stretching my brain and just fucking peeling it around like an orange peel, you know what I mean?
Yanked your soul out of your body.
Oh my gosh, I was not there last night. Like I just
was it just like
not there?
Hard liquor? Was it super sugary drink?
It was a lot of twisted tea.
That's it. I find any like super sugary alcohol is what, like, I'm the same for me. We're Portuguese. Alcohol runs in our blood.
Yeah.
So I rarely get hungover, and I've only been hungover once. And the one time it did happen, it was a long night of exclusively drinking the sweetest rum I could get my hands on. Anyone knows it is my favorite. Southern Comfort, dirt cheap, tastes amazing, and it tastes even better when mixed with cola.
Oh, with cola it is good. But no, what's it called? Sugar fucks you up. And I'm used to drinking only hard liquor or like taking shots. So that's why maybe I don't get hangovers. I don't know. But yeah, I had quite a bit of twisted tea. I shotgunned, I think, 4 or 5 times in a matter of like an hour or two, which is nothing crazy. but I had my fair share of the tea, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so that all kind of happened. Side note, the shower I mentioned previously, I showered in record time, 3 minutes and 36 seconds. I timed it because I was in that much of a rush. I literally hopped in, soaked myself down, and then fucking scrubbed like crazy all throughout my body. Let it sit for like 30 seconds and just... That was it.
My showers are always at least like 10 minutes.
My average one's about 10 minutes, yeah.
Because you always got to get the hot water going, steam bath.
I was freezing. I just didn't care about the hot water. I was like, I have to just push through the pain.
You're fucked.
Yeah, I kind of squealed like a little girl in there.
Like a little pig in the shower.
Oh, man, yeah. But fuck, that was that. That was just fucking one day this week. I've had also crazy work week.
I heard you had a pretty fucked week, yeah.
Bro, I can't remember if I've said this in the podcast before or we mentioned this, but previously I was trimming at one job site, and some shit.
Gonna say something else for a sec.
Some shit. Whoa.
I was like, what were you doing before that party, dude?
I was trimming using a weed whacker
on the grass.
On the grass, yes, thank you. And I at one point flung shit onto my arm, and the exact same thing happened to me about 2 days ago. And I don't know why this is a recurring fucking thing. And so when my boss asked me, you just had a water break, how come you went back to the truck? Are you okay? I said, no, there's shit lathered all over my arm. And it was the same fucking arm as last time.
That's vile.
But a different job site. Dude, my left arm just says fuck you. Like, honestly.
People gotta pick up their shit, dude.
It's dog shit. Also,
not people shit, dog shit, of course.
Yeah, I mean...
I guess that was already assumed, but
I also think I saw like a human turd in a backyard, but that's another story.
Some people just go crazy, man. You never know.
Go crazy. Go stupid. Fuck. But yeah, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. For now. Jack, how was your weekend? How was your past few days?
So,
what happened? Give us the tea. Drop the record. Drop the needle.
So me and my brother have been like home alone for a week because my parents were like, "Oh, we're gonna go on vacation, so you guys are gonna stay home and keep Casa de Hamilton on lock," which is what we did. And you know what kind of chaos ensues when it's just 2 boys in a house with no supervision and no one telling them to clean up or do this or do that.
Especially you two.
Especially me and my brother. We are probably the most 2 chaotic human beings I know. And within 2 days of my parents leaving, the house was already an absolute fucking trash mess. So my grandfather's looking to buy a house and my mom's helping him do it. because, he's an old guy. He can't, it's a lot of stuff. He can barely fucking speak English too. So she kind of has to do a lot of the translating for him. So my mom was like, oh, boys, I'm going to be home on Monday, only for an hour or so, and then I'm going to head back up. So I'll stop by the house. And I'm like, fuck. I catch word of this Monday at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. She's going to be at our house in an hour, and I had an entire hour to clean the whole house top to bottom. And, I'm kind of a cleaning whiz. It's the one thing I'm really good at. Actually, no. Correction. It is one thing I'm really good at, half-assing. I can make it look clean, but it ain't.
You can tidy.
I can tidy, but I can't clean.
Nah.
That's a better way to put it. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually I'm going to tell my mom now when she gets home.
What?
Yeah, I tidied up. Didn't clean, but
Exactly.
it's an excuse for me, not really doing it. But yeah, no, I managed to clutch clean the entire house pretty quickly. Mom came home. She was still extremely disappointed in me and my brother because of the state of the house. But yeah, no, we just left it as is. She was like, oh, as long as it's clean by the time I get home, it'll be fine. So shout out to Mom for giving me some leeway on that one.
Shout out to Mama Hamilton.
Mama Hamilton. But we basically just spent the week. I was grinding at a test on Wednesday, and then I went up to my cottage for a few days to hang out with my parents. And that was pretty fun. I mean, I was like, oh, I can't wait to go up and get away. And the entire time I was up there, my grandparents and my parents were just shoveling food or alcohol into us the entire time. So it was not the needed break, but kind of, sort of.
It was less of a break and more of a vacation.
And I also had a very odd experience going out to dinner.
Oh.
So there's like this super, I'm not going to, not flexing, because I don't even know. But I don't want to sound like, oh, yeah, I'm a rich guy. But there's like this really fancy golf course. And my grandfather is one of those guys who has a connection for literally everything under the sun all the time. So, oh, yeah, you can get us a nice spot on the golf course. I'm like, okay. So we sit down to eat. And we're sitting like right beside like the fourth hole's green. So the entire time we were eating, I was like super scared I was going to catch a golf ball in the face. And then I realized not everyone is as shit at golf as I am, and people can actually control where the ball goes. Yeah. I don't fucking know how people do that, because I can't. I just pull out the club, see ball, swing, and hit it. Wherever it goes, it goes. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I remember I was like on the edge of my seat trying to eat, and I was like freaking out the entire time. But yeah, no, other than that, just chilled, did nothing, spent a nice relaxing weekend. My brother was like, oh, I'm gonna go for a drive, and whenever he goes for a drive, it's like he's gone for like an hour, 2 hours, just driving is what he does. And I'm like, oh fuck, he's leaving me alone, time to pour up a nice mixed drink. So I went and I grabbed my Southern Comfort and I grabbed my cola, poured it a little too strong, and I was like, okay, well, I can't sip on this and make like a sour face, or else my dad's gonna think I'm a pussy. So I'm sitting there, I'm reading with my dad, and I'm drinking, and I'm like reading, and I'm like, I just started a new book, and it's like, okay, reading before chapter 1, the prologue. I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty nice. Chapter 1, it's getting good. And by the time I hit chapter 2, the words started blurring, and that's when I realized, wait a minute, I think I've gone too far.
Wait a minute.
So I just like sat there, and I just like, my mom was like, oh, let's play a card game, and I was just like way too fucked up trying to keep my composure, so my parents didn't know how fucking just slaughtered I was. And yeah, no, that's basically it. That's basically what I did this weekend, but it was pretty nice and relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's where, and now I'm home. Oh, and the best thing ever. So if anyone has a cottage, you probably have your water on a well, because there's no like actual, water, plumbing or any of that kind of shit up there. So the well water is usually pretty hard. It's hard water. So it's slippery.
It's very, yeah.
And it has like a weird, sometimes it can have like a yellowish or like green tinge to it. But every time like I shower up there, I never like feel clean.
Yeah, you always feel like slippery.
I always feel slippery, and I always feel like there's like, I don't know, I always feel like there's like something on my skin. I don't feel clean. But when I got home today, one thing I will always appreciate, and we were talking about it earlier, is a good, solid shower. I got home. I literally was like, hey, you're going to be here, and this is like 45 minutes ago this happened. I was like, okay, guy's going to be here in like 30 minutes. I got a speed shower. So I got in the shower, cranked the water crazy hot, just left it running for like a minute or two, get the bathroom nice and fucking steamy. And I was just sitting there. I was sitting on my phone in the steam. I was like, this is so nice. And I got in the shower and I just deep cleaned. I scrubbed away. I got the fucking, what are they called? It's like the purple or blue or whatever neon fucking color.
A loofah?
A loofah?
Isn't that, are you talking about the scrubbing thing?
The big old puffy ball thing.
Yeah, a loofah. A scrubbing utensil. I think it's called a loofah.
A loofah scrubbing utensil. I like that. I grabbed the loofah and I just doused it in like shower gel, and I just, like steel wool on a crusty pan. Just
so
went
good.
to town. And I shampooed, I conditioned, I washed my face with my favorite face wash, and I just feel like $1,000,000 right now. I feel so good.
I can tell you feel like $1,000,000.
Oh yeah, but
You're
yeah,
smiling and everything.
now my fucking mood's gonna be killed because I have to write. It's so stupid how like my course. I was like up in my cottage and I got an email. I was like, oh, okay, paper due Monday, and I'm like, fuck, I just got up here. It was like Wednesday when I got up, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I have paper I have to do when I get home, but I'm gonna be up in my cottage, so I can't do it because we don't have Wi-Fi up there. And then I check my phone. It's like, oh yeah, instructions won't be released until Friday. So it's literally like I have 3 days to write this whole ass fucking like essay research paper by Monday. But that's a future Jack issue. But right now,
tomorrow, Jack.
we in the
that's
moment.
a future. Yeah, not tomorrow.
It's like a few hours from now after I eat. I still haven't eaten today.
Yeah,
So-
eating is good.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna make a feast for a king, and I'm gonna be feeling nice after.
Feast for a king.
But yeah, no, just a nice. Since Wednesday, I was on the up since Wednesday, just cruising, and now I've just hit coast, and I'm just feeling super nice right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know this week's gonna be a good week. You ever get that feeling where it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna fuck it up this week. I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna enjoy everything.
Oh yeah.
I'm in one of those moods. So we in it for a good ride. For a good ride.
I'm excited because today, like we said, today's currently Saturday.
Yes.
And Monday,
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
I hate that. That makes me so uncomfortable.
Okay, sorry. Also, fucking sidetracking. Sorry. Monday, I'm gonna go with a few friends to a little cottage resort thing for I think 5 or 6 days. So I'm super fucking excited about that. 6 days, I think. 6 or 7 days. But anyways.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
Yeah. So very excited about that. However, I'm also like, oh my gosh, because now you guys are listening to this on Monday morning. Or whenever you're listening to this, but it's being released on Monday morning. I have to release this one along with another one and have it all edited, all just fucking work, just all of it done in the next 48 hours. I have to get 2 podcasts. We have to get 2 podcasts done in the next 48 hours. And so that's going to be quite a fucking grind, but it's going to be so fucking worth it.
Oh, dude, I feel like, so this is like my first time ever doing anything like this ever. Like any social media
podcast or a consistent thing.
I can barely lock down a job. My school, although it is consistent, for me it isn't. I just kind of cram last minute before everything else. So it's like, once a week I kind of get everything done for school.
Yeah.
1 day a week. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's super weird, like actually having like something to consistently, stick to. And at the beginning I was like, I gotta record. But once I started recording, I felt so good. And now it's like, I look forward. I look forward
to recording these.
It's awesome. But yeah, no, we gotta, I don't know. I'm just loving it. And I feel like sometimes like we record and it's like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that episode. Then I go back and listen to it. I'm like, that's good. And then other times I record it and it's like, just, it's flowing and it feels great.
Molly gave us some feedback and said that, in her opinion, that aside from the one that you guys are listening to now, the previous one, which I believe was episode 9, has been our best one. So I was like, yo, that's pretty fucking good.
And it's so awesome. Cool to know that people are consistently listening to it. I love that. Makes me so happy.
Like it's not even like an ego thing. It's just people are enjoying what we are enjoying. Like we enjoy making this. We enjoy creating the content. We enjoy putting it out for you guys. And when you guys respond, collaborate, give us feedback, or just say like, "Hey, I loved the episode" or whatever, that just absolutely fucking warms our heart.
It makes me so happy.
It makes us so happy. We have a few questions as well today, so I'm very excited about that. Which we'll get to those grades very soon. But one other announcement, a little announcement I wanted to say is, so like I said, we're recording this one today and another one tomorrow. I don't want to make any promises, but 1 week from today, we will have possibly our first guest.
I'm so fucking excited for that, dude. I'm so fucking excited. You have no idea.
This is a man, a very handsome man from a very incredible country that we have not seen since elementary school. At least I have. I think high school we saw him at one point.
I think I saw him like once throughout high school. But I think... Actually, no, I'm not going to get into it. I'll get into it when we record the episode with him, because it's one of my greatest memories from elementary school. Mm-hmm. The fucking Mulan play. But I'll get into that. I'll get into that later. That was so... Oh, it was me,
the tricycle in grade 6.
Tricycle.
Remember that little dance we did with the fucking army hats, and like he was on the tricycle, and then that one girl was
I don't think I was there in grade 6.
What? No, you were.
Oh, I showed up in grade 5. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, I did too.
I don't recall though. I don't remember that.
Was a thing.
That was probably a French immersion.
It was a Macklemore song. I don't know if it was just the French students or if it was the English students too.
Remember that, not thrift shop. Pulled a moped to the valley. White walls in the street like mayonnaise. No.
This is
Downtown, cruising through the alley, TikTok. Oh no! Oh, wait, what song? Okay, never mind. Wait, no.
Oh fuck!
Downtown. Know that one?
It wasn't that song, was it?
No, that was the graduation. That was our grade 8 grad song.
The end of that performance was the last song was it start. I can't remember what the song was, but it literally started off with let's get it. No. In the here.
Apologies for our beautiful voices, by the way.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. And there's
some auto tune on that.
And run it.
I know exactly what it's.
Disrespect someone to bust a move. You gonna make me rap?
Yeah. No, I know your song you're talking about. I just haven't listened to Macklemore since elementary school, so I don't know any of the songs.
I remember listening to my first ever Macklemore song, I believe, in grade 6 at a Valentine's Day dance in our gymnasium.
I remember Macklemore was shit in elementary school.
Was the shit back in the day. Like literally, we all thought that was peak. It was just fucking like everyone screaming Macklemore, thrift shop. We're all like going fucking crazy. Now kids were fucking going, yeah, sicko mode.
Yeah, sicko mode. What was that? Oh, there was another song that I hated. I remember I don't know. I'm like getting flooded with all these memories from elementary school now.
I know.
What was that one? It was like the something freestyle, D Wayne freestyle or something like that. It was like the first let me hop out the motherfucking Porsche. I remember hearing that.
That was a Vine thing, wasn't it?
I was never on Vine.
Oh my god, remember the fucking mannequin challenge?
Oh, with Black Beatles.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember that was grade 9, was it not?
I think it was grade 9.
Because I remember when that took off, everyone was like, oh, let's do the mannequin challenge during our hockey practice. And literally, I remember seeing thousands of videos of like people like on the ice, like winding up for slap shots, standing still. And it was like literally everybody had the same idea of doing it during their hockey practice.
Let me put you on one more thing that's even more of a throwback than that.
What?
The Harlem Shake.
Oh, dude, the Harlem shit. That's one thing I completely forgot about.
Dude, I'm sorry to everyone. We're a bit sidetracked, but like all these memories are flowing, and it's making me so fucking happy right now because especially when you said you just said something. You mentioned a song literally like a minute ago or something.
Freestyle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, as soon as you said that, instant memory unlocked, and I just remember being so happy at that point in my life. I'm happy now,
bro. Life is so easy
I'm a bit
back
more
then.
content and happy right this second, but yeah, life was so easygoing and just relaxing and just chill back then. Now it's just a bit more, a lot of responsibility, a lot of work, a lot of this, a lot of that, and a lot of understanding what life is and how we go on it. Because I mean, to be fair, everyone wants to succeed in life. Everyone wants to just be a successful person and do well for themselves. But at the same time, some people will say that and they'll talk the talk, but they'll walk the walk. And
exactly.
I've been telling myself for the past few days specifically, you don't fail now. You don't have time to fail.
You came all this way. You came
all this way. Yeah. Failure is not an option. Don't fail because you have more than enough time to fail when you're dead.
Literally. And I heard
the only thing you should be doing when you're alive right now is succeeding and doing better for yourself in every aspect in life.
And my adding on to this, there's another thing I want to mention back about elementary school. But adding on to this, there's one thing I heard it. I remember I was literally on the drive home. I heard it in a song, and it's one thing my dad always told me. Oh shit! What song was it?
Stereo Hearts by Gym Class Heroes.
I think it's Nights in the South by Deontay Hitchcock. And
what is this?
There's I don't know. I remember hearing it and I was like, damn, he's got a point here. Here it is. If there's a plan B to your plan A, then we are not the same. You plan to fail. That's one thing I always live by, is that if you always have a backup plan, and if you know yourself that you're a lazy person, or that you don't, and your plan A isn't your only option, at least for me, I found, and one thing, I did this a lot throughout high school. My dad, I remember this is where he basically told me that, and it's been stuck in my head since, is that one thing I used to always do was say, I'm going to do this, and I was like, okay, it's hard to achieve that. I'm going to lower the bar and do the next best thing. And that's one thing you can't do, is that if you give yourself a plan B, or if you give yourself an option to lower the bar, 9% of the time you're going to take that opportunity. So you got to have that one thing you got to stick to. And you can't, and exactly like you said now, as far as we come in life, although we've got a lot more to go, we're only, 19 turning 20 now. It's like, if we fail now, everything we've did for the past fucking 12 years since we started, and our academic career, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or anything we've been building since we've become, real people out of that, toddler stage, is just gonna be fucking thrown out the window, and you don't have the opportunity to do that now. And that's why, I don't know, I always think back to elementary school, where I had I didn't think about any of this shit. I didn't study and do homework. I got all 80s in elementary school. Then I hit high school, kept my same habits up and fucking absolutely flunked grade 9.
The funny thing too is like, especially when it comes to money, the only thing I remember worrying about money when I was a kid was to buy toys or
Yep.
to fucking
Yep.
buy lunch at Geno's. That's the only fucking reason that I remember being, oh, I want to save some money. I want to make some money. Nowadays, rent, bills, just other shit, the phone, Spotify, subscriptions, all these things that it's like you just don't see as a kid. And you shouldn't, because you should enjoy being a kid. I hate myself for this, and I hate seeing other kids today when I see them trying to grow up so fast. Like, my parents
Take your
told to me,
fucking time and slow down.
my parents told to me, and I'm telling myself and everyone now, don't fucking rush growing up. Enjoy being a kid.
Literally. I wish I could have
Please,
spent more time
enjoy-
enjoying the moment as a kid. And even in fucking high school, man.
Even in high school, high school too, I was like, oh, let me just, I'll start going crazy sicko mode with fucking working and everything. And now I'm like, I kind of wish I didn't work as much. To be honest, I wouldn't have achieved as many things as I did, but...
And it probably wouldn't give you the work drive or, the motivation you have today if you didn't do all of that back then. Because you built the foundation and you got yourself used to that working lifestyle back then. Yeah. As opposed to now where it's like, fuck, I literally work one shift a week and I can barely balance that with my fucking summer school. Like, and I hate myself for that because I can't manage my time properly. And that's one thing I wish I did more was push myself more in high school and put more on my plate so I learned to manage it then as opposed to learning to manage it now.
You gotta dig deeper. Everyone that's listening, whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, make a list. Write it down. Cross it off as you do it. Don't just think to yourself, I could do this. I could do that. I can do this. I can do that. I will do this. I will do that.
Literally.
I was actually thankful, or like I appreciated it very much. The other day I was at our place of work in the kitchen, and Ryan even fucking complimented me by saying I had a great work ethic, and I was like, thank you. It boggles my mind when
that means a lot.
Like when people compliment with those things, like
yeah.
And even today, I was with my family and we figured out that I have worked 14, if not 15 jobs in my life.
And you're 19, 20.
14 or 15 jobs, and I'm 20 years old. Granted, only one of them I've ever been fired from, and I fully was like, I deserved that.
I don't even want to talk about my job history, dude.
But no, yeah, like it's been a lot. Since I became legal age to work in Ontario, which is 14 years old, I've just been busting my ass. And again, that ties into the whole don't fucking rush growing up. Please, just enjoy being a child.
In 6 years, you had 14 jobs.
Yeah, basically. No, in 9 years, because I technically did beaver route when I was 13, like a paper route, like a newspaper route.
That's 7 though.
Wait, I'm so confused. Brain. Sorry, 7. Yes, 7 years. 7 years. I've worked 14 or 15 jobs. My gosh, I forgot about 3 of them today. Like I was like, oh yeah, I only have a few. I only have this many. And then my dad was like, but remember you did this, this, and this. I went, oh my gosh, I fucking do remember it. I wish I didn't, but fucking I do.
That's fucked.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I thought I worked a lot of jobs. I think I've been working since I was 16. I don't know, because in high school, I was like, I don't fucking need money. What the fuck do I need money for?
Exactly. You don't think you do.
I don't know. Back then, I couldn't buy my own alcohol. I was just like, oh, there's a party. Parents aren't looking. Dive into the liquor cabinet and pour vodka in a water bottle. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, no. Now it's like, because like back then, it would be like, oh, you want something? And it's like, oh, I don't know. I want a Tatooine Lego Star Wars set. And it's like, oh, fuck, $20. And your parents would get it for your birthday or for Christmas when you were a kid. But now it's like, your parents are you don't buy toys and your parents are going to buy you toys. You're going to want life experience and you're going to want to go do shit. But that kind of shit isn't like dropping $20 on a Lego set. It's dropping, a $250 plane ticket to fucking fuck knows. Go to Hawaii with your boys, and that's like cheap economy class, $250 to Hawaii. But
yeah, I mean, my fucking cousin's going to Dominican Republic, and he is going for a week, and everything inclusive, including hotels, plane rides, food, everything is $1,400.
That's fucked.
So I went, bro, I kind of want to hop on that plane too. I wouldn't because of COVID right now. I would not.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
I probably won't do traveling until at least 2022, but I am excited to go traveling. Hopefully, if everything gets better, I knock on wood. I thank you once again to all of our healthcare workers and everyone that has been just absolutely pushing themselves to their limit in working and keeping us safe. And I hope that as a global population, we can soon come together and understand better the benefits of vaccinations and such.
Yeah, but that's, I know we don't like talking about COVID on here, but that's another thing is that fucking Delta variant, dude.
That's another question. Am I stupid?
It's a
I thought they when they said Delta, I thought they meant like the Delta Airlines.
no. It's like so.
It's like Alpha, Beta, something, the C1, and then Delta.
Yeah. So basically, it mutates, and when it mutates, it we actually just learned about this in the course on my summer school course I'm taking right now.
Lay it on us.
And it's basically so. The way the COVID, everyone knows what the COVID virus looks like. It's been like advertised on everything ever. It's the
Spiky balls.
Oh, sorry about that. I was leaned in to fix something. I don't know why I did that. It looks like. Oh, I thought you were talking about the audio spikes I was just making. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, little spike. It's like a little spiky ball.
Yeah.
And those spikes on it, it's actually called the spike protein. And the vaccine codes for basically like an anti-spike protein, and that spike protein is what allows it to basically bind to your cell and bring itself in to begin your infection.
Yeah.
And the COVID vaccine basically goes against that spike protein and doesn't let it bind. And the Delta variant, I guess, was a mutation in the spike protein, which basically disabled that anti-spike protein that the vaccine gave us. So now it's like, all right, fuck it, we in, we out. Doesn't matter if you have the vaccine or not. And I'm just going to quickly do a quick Google search. Here, can you hold that for a second?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I might sound stupid as all hell, but I actually thought that it was like the Delta variant was from Delta Airlines, and now I just sound like a complete idiot.
Okay, and you know what? This is actually all making sense now from what I learned. Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
I haven't even heard about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine
So-
in any news for the past, like, I think, 3 months. Okay. You want to read that out?
I'm just gonna read. So basically, I just looked up the Delta variant vaccine, or the Delta variant. It is immune to most vaccines, but from what I just read here is that, so basically the way the vaccine works is that it delivers a small, basically blueprint of instruction on how to not let the spike protein break into your cell, and it's called mRNA.
Yeah.
And it gives you that tiny little piece of mRNA is like a little blueprint that tells you, oh, don't do this. And that's what I think Pfizer, Moderna, that's what Pfizer and Moderna are. AstraZeneca is the same thing, except instead of mRNA, it's a piece of double-stranded DNA, I think, or double-stranded RNA. Basically the same thing. It's the same method of delivery. And from what I just read here, when I looked up Delta variant, it told me that the only vaccine that still kind of has its effectiveness is the Johnson & Johnson. And that reason is because it's not a little piece of instruction telling you how to not let the spike protein break in. It's essentially, so what it says here is that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine uses a disabled adenovirus, which is basically like a virus that isn't capable of copying itself and spreading throughout your body.
It doesn't reproduce, but yet it is like
But
a
it is
dead cell of it, or dead version of it.
It's a live version of it. I mean, viruses aren't technically dead nor alive. They're kind of like an in-between.
Whoa.
It's kind of weird. But viruses aren't dead nor are they alive. But this virus basically it's been edited so that it can't replicate in your body. But when it enters your body still treats it like a normal virus. But when they break it down, it's like, oh shit, if I ever see this again, I know how to get rid of it. And it's basically a dead version or a non-replicating version of COVID-19.
Oh, wow.
So instead of the spike mutation allowing Delta variant to get in, it's like, oh shit, it gets in, but it's like, okay, it's not just a spike protein, it's the whole ass virus that we see. And because of the disabled virus that we got earlier, and because we got rid of the disabled virus, we now know how to get rid of it again. And that's how it works. And that's why it's saying Johnson & Johnson still has some effectiveness, which is pretty fucking cool.
But so what you're telling me is that we essentially, as vaccinated members of the community, it's almost like it doesn't matter anymore with this Delta variant?
Honestly,
I know we have to take extra precaution. That makes sense. However, I know you're not a doctor, but from what you can understand, because I know you can understand this a lot better than I fucking can, is that it's a lot less effective now because of this mutated version or this Delta variant.
Yes. From what I'm to understand, then again, I'm no health professional, and don't take everything I just said as complete 100% fact. This is what I've put together from various news articles and what I've learned from school. That is how it works. But what I just said about Johnson & Johnson, I just read right off a website.
Oh, sure.
It just said it has more effective because it is not just the mRNA, it's a disabled version of the virus. But yeah, I don't know, I just thought that was so cool how that works. It's like the reason, so you can get sick from one disease, but you can't ever get sick from it again because your body takes how it disabled it and stores it in your DNA.
Yeah, it's like learning a strategy. Like, how did we win the war? Okay, we just know that we can just do this again if it happens.
And it attacks the same way every
And it
time,
attacks
so
the
you
same
learn how to
way,
stop it every time.
You just defend it the same way.
And the way and a mutation in the virus basically changes their method of attack, which makes your method of defense completely obsolete.
Damn.
And that's why you keep getting, and that's why a lot of people are like, oh yeah, why do I keep getting the cold and the flu then? Is because the flu mutates every few years.
Oh, wow.
And it allows it to get back into your body. And same with the cold, except the cold is the common cold is extremely volatile, so it's constantly mutating. But it's not like going to mutate and give you fucking, like, I don't know, turbo cancer. But it's just like, it's just the cold. It's just a small way of getting in.
What the fuck is turbo cancer?
I don't know, a mutated vaccine. Have you ever seen I Am Legend?
No, I still have to watch that, though. It's probably a good
Turbo
movie.
cancer.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Okay.
But yeah, no,
All right.
I don't know. I thought that was super interesting, and I had no idea. I just learned that from looking it up online. But yeah, no, Delta
Damn.
variant kind of fucking things up. Hopefully, it doesn't go on a rampage, and we have to restart from square one all over again.
Schools are opening up, and a lot
Not
of things
mine.
are opening up, and it's like, hey, obviously I want to get back in person, but it's like also I'm worried because I know shit will go out of control
Very quickly. And it's like another thing for my school is that I know most schools everyone's like, oh yeah, we're back in class. Like I'm not going to list off any specific school names, but I know a bunch of people that are back in class, a bunch of my friends, and my school is still online, but like, oh yeah, we're going to offer on-off online in class. And like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? It's like, so if you have 450 people in a lecture hall,
Yeah.
right? That's like the most populated course at any given school, I can guarantee you will always be Psych 101. For every school,
Don't say that.
first year psychology has the highest amount of students in their lecture halls every fucking year. I guarantee it.
Bro, I'm taking a intro to psych this upcoming fall.
I mean,
Fuck.
from what I've heard, from what I've seen, and from personal experience, psychology classes are usually the most packed with the most students. Because psychs. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
That's why I want to take it. It's interesting, and also I kind of need it as a credit, but that's
You got to grab that science credit from somewhere.
well, I have a science credit. I just need. Is that considered a humanities or?
My school considers psychology. Psychology is considered a science now. Like 30 years ago, it's considered a humanities or a social science, but now
That's what I think it is now,
it's
social
considered a full science now. Which is
Why
like,
wouldn't it be a science? It's literally the human brain and how it works.
it is a science now. Like at my school, if you get a bachelor, like if you get
You're talking
your
about degrees.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like people just didn't see it as a science. I'm like, dude, it literally is how the brain works. How is that not
Yeah,
a
no,
science
it
thing?
used to be psychology used to be I forget what the degree's called, but now it's if you do your undergrad in psych, you get a bachelor of science when you graduate, which wasn't a thing before. But yeah, no, it's like for psych classes now, specifically at my school, it's like, oh yeah, so if you're instead of having 500 people in one lecture hall, we're gonna have 250 people in two lecture halls, and each week the prof's gonna rotate. So it's like 1 week you're going to be watching a stream in one lecture hall, and the other week he's going to be in your class, and the other week he's going to be the other one watching
That's
a stream.
so weird.
I know. It's like, what the fuck? Just do it online.
Yeah,
don't run the risk.
Online is even worse, I'd say. 'cause
Oh my God, I'm
online
not
we just-
looking forward to that.
We don't need to talk about this anymore.
Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah, no, we don't want to talk about school or COVID.
We're still in summer. We're still, enjoying our summer vacation. That's it. We don't want to talk about school yet. Yet.
But when we get around to it.
Oh, we will. All right. I think this is a perfect time
To start wrapping it up with some questions and feedbacks and stuffs.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to review and let you guys know of your grades. So, from Instagram, Adam at AdamHunts13 says, talk about mental health, life stuff. It's a hard question. It is a hard question, Adam. Or it's a hard topic. We could talk about it in a future episode. I think we have already planned.
We already planned,
that
yeah.
we're going to do a mental health episode specifically.
The past year for, I know, me, Gaetano, and many of our friends and many people that we know has been very, very rough.
Yeah, like I said, I think we mentioned in the last episode, just breathe, everybody. Like it sounds cliche.
Do you hear that thunder?
That's moving stuff for moving around. That's not thunder.
Swear that's thunder. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
But just breathe. It's very simple and cliche to say, but trust me, it works. Even today, I felt even just sick. Like I felt really crappy physically and also mentally, and I just literally did a breathing exercise. So good.
Deep
And that's
breaths.
it.
And you just gotta whatever happens right now, you're fine. And in that moment, you just gotta, be able to think, clear your mind, reset, and think things through again. I can guarantee you, whatever you're going through will change.
Yeah.
Because in that moment, at least for me, I know when I get when something's really on my mind or something's really stuck in my head and I'm freaking out over it, I snowball. I snowball into myself really badly, and I freak out and I collapse. And that's why you always got to sit back, look at it from an outside view, breathe deep, and think things through.
Yeah. One thing I did in a previous relationship I had was there was this thing I did with her, and it was like almost like a way of saying goodnight to each other. And it was I'm gonna really try my best to remember this, but it was basically I said this. After a long day now, we have our stresses, we have our worries, but it's time to relax. So, everyone, let's take a deep breath in, and deep breath out to release all the negative energy from today. Now that we're all calm, now that we're all relaxed, it is time for bed. My name is Guy. Your name is Jack. I go to sleep now. You go to sleep now. This is Guy signing off. And this was during COVID, so we couldn't see each other. And so we would do basically these like FaceTime calls.
Oh, I thought you were ending it there. I'm like, huh?
No. That's what I said. Like that was kind of the gist or the paraphrasing of the phrase I would say or the little thing I would do with her.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So, yeah, it was like a little nice way of saying goodnight. But yeah, we will definitely do an episode on strictly mental health very soon. Specifically because I want to get one. Specifically because we want to get one out in the next month or two because school's starting, and that obviously is a stress and a half for everybody. So yeah, our next question comes from once again at Jack Heatcamp from Instagram. He says, "Are you doing it for the nookie? Are you doing it for the what's the
Do you do it for the nookie?
What's the nookie?
According to Urban Dictionary's top definition.
Oh, you have a definition. Holy fuck!
Nookie, the act of getting it on, making whoopee, doing the horizontal boogie, or simply fucking. Used in a sentence. I got me some damn good hot-ass nookie last night. Punani, I guess, would be another substitution for that one.
My Discord. Punani Dasani. Okay, what was the question again? Like, okay, are you doing it for the nookie? So does that mean am I doing it for the fuck?
Yes. You're doing it,
Use it in a sentence. Like, how is this? Let me ask you, are you doing it for the nookie?
as in relation to what? Am I doing what for the nookie?
What the fuck is this nookie, man? Chewbacca.
You just do it for the nookie, man.
Yes, I'm doing it for the nookie.
Download Tinder. You're doing it for the nookie.
Okay, I'm doing it for the nookie. Yeah.
You're doing it for the nookie.
And we can talk about that in a different episode as well.
Yeah, we can do let's get into that one maybe later.
So thank you, Jack, for that. Other Jack, for that question. Our last one comes from at Ryan-Pope from Snapchat. He says, favorite anime and why? That's a hard one. That's such a hard one. Let's just say this. How about in the past, favorite anime you've watched at least in the past like month or two?
I haven't watched a lot of anime in the past month. I've mostly been doing a lot of reading.
Damn, bro.
But easily, I think there's a lot tied for number one. But one of my favorites easily Gurren Lagann.
Really?
Yeah, it's literally a kid with a drill goes to space, and it's fucking awesome. It is so good.
Some animes can be like the most ridiculous concepts.
Don't make any sense.
Make no sense, but are so fucking cool.
Fucking Chainsaw Man, literally.
Yeah.
Dude just wants to touch boobies, so he becomes a superhero.
I'd have to say, out of the past month or two of watching, I've been binging the fuck out of Naruto. Which, funny enough, before I started watching, I called it Naruto. I hate myself for saying that. But yeah, it's good. But I'd have to say that my favorite in the past month or two has probably been Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, fucking.
It is literally the animation, the concept,
I have the
everything.
manga behind me right now.
Oh, you have the manga too?
Yeah, I only have...
Did you switch out the French one yet or no?
No, I gotta return it. I ordered... So I'm trying to order them. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. Not my number one. Definitely like top 3 or tied for number 1.
Brotherhood is a huge fucking close one as well.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's kind of like, because I like it so much, I kind of want to collect it and actually have physical copies of it. So it's going to cost a lot of money. Each volume's like fucking $10. And there's like fucking 16 of them. So I'm not going to buy them all at once. But I'm slowly purchasing them over time. Wasting my money, I guess, as my parents would say.
So yours was Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
Which you can also watch on Netflix.
Oh, awesome.
Which
so
is
good.
great.
Highly recommend it.
The sub is okay. The dub is okay, but I think the sub is better.
Wow, 100%.
Sub is almost always better. But yeah, and then for me, it would be Jujutsu Kaisen. So thank you, Ryan, for that question or that feedback. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your grades. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Podcast Project. I am Guy.
I'm Jack.
You can find us on Instagram at, for me, at Guy Performs.
My personal is at jk.hml. And if you want to follow the podcast on Instagram, it is at the Podcast Project Official. And if you also want to listen to any of our episodes on any other platform other than the one you're currently listening on, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, YouTube, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and still can't say this one properly, JIOSAAVN.
Fantastic.
I tried.
We still don't know. We promise that by the next episode
I'll try and figure out how to say it.
But yeah, that has been it. Thank you so much for listening and giving us your ears. That's it.
Good night, everybody. Or good afternoon. Or good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Take care, everyone.